Well, good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, wherever it might be where you're at. Hope you all are having a fantastic Friday Eve. That's right, the weekend is just a day away. It's Friday tomorrow. Hang on a second, sniffle here. Oh, man, the sinuses are just nuts right now. They're about to get really nutso starting this weekend. Temperatures are going to jump nearly 30 degrees in the next 2 days, and then watch out. So, and I'm not talking snow-wise. I'm talking it's going to warm up here in the Midwest. So, hey, that's the future. This is today. Welcome in Flying with Mike. We're picking up FedEx Express Virtual again. Leaving San Jose, Costa Rica, and headed to Belize. So it's a flight I've actually never flown in the Sims. So kind of looking forward to what Belize looks like, and can it really handle a plane this big? We'll find out. We'll all find out. But for now, we are at Costa Rica. It's where we landed last. Cargo spot tree. And we're ready to go. I hope you all are. The Rotate MD11 freighter sits on the line for this flight. So I hope you all enjoy. And again, welcome aboard. I would be remiss if I didn't do this at the beginning. Uh, our family could probably, I shouldn't say probably, really need some prayers over the weekend. A lot going on that I don't want to get into openly here on the channel, but we just need some prayers over the weekend. With a lot going on, and anxieties are high, and just would love to, if you are the praying type person, say a prayer for our family, myself included. I don't make that petition often, but we really could use prayers. And with that verse of the day out there, let me just pull it up in the chat for you. There's gonna be times of trouble and times of persecution, times of afflictions, times of just times of trouble. But we are to remember to know this, that Jesus has overcome all that this world can throw at him. And that should give us peace. And we've been praying that a lot here in this family. And we really could use your prayers. So with that, thank you for that moment. Let's get going, shall we? All right, so here's the Rotate MD11. We're sitting, like I said, stand Charlie 3, and we're kind of sort of in the middle of the checklist. We were just about, we would have been fully ready to push back right now, had, and thankfully, had Sim Toolkit not alerted us to a mismatch RNAC. I totally forgot it. And that's why there's a message in our Discord channel about it. So if you're that type of person that likes to keep the databases all up to date so that you don't run into trouble when you're on VATSIM, IVAO, Pilot's Edge, and such, that is available now, however you get it, from Navgraph. Now, I can't speak for the other operators. I know there's now a couple of them. So I don't get into them. I use Navgraph, and that's what I relay to you all. Okay, so the MD11, let's bring in Sim Toolkit real quick and brief this. As you can see, oh, by the way, we are on VATSIM already, so we're sitting on the line, if you couldn't tell, because that screen was up. All right, so here we go. We're going from San Jose up here to Belize. I'll be honest, up until the last couple of years, never knew this country existed. Hurricanes were the ones to bring it to light. And I know a lot of people love to vacation here and just south of there in that little country called Honduras. So would have never guessed that either. But hey, people are, can do some interesting things that are fascinating sometimes. So anyway, that's our route. You can read it over here on the side. Hopefully it's readable. I'll be nice and punch that in for you. If you're on Twitch, you should be seeing that. I hope it translates over to YouTube. Okay, so the loadout today, we're actually going out of here kind of heavy, 163,139 pounds. For those of you in the kilo world, just shy of 74,000 kilograms. It's, like I said, bit on the heavy side. Fuel, bit on the light side, not a long trip. We're going to block up 48,525 pounds of fuel in the wings, and we're going to fly at 36,000 up to 37 at some point, but around TNT, wherever that is on our flight plan, we'll drop it back to 36. We're kind of going north, so I think it's because we're straying either side of the line. That's why the separator is 360. Cost index 90, and the sevens. That's right, the sevens are our runways. Wind or weather today, 110 to 11, the few clouds at 3,000, a broken layer at 6,000 feet above the ground, a balmy, wishful thinking here in St. Louis, 79 degrees. Oh, wait. Let's go north to Belize, shall we? Winds 090 at 6, a scattered layer to mess with us at 2100. Oh, and the temperature is now 86 degrees. Oh, how we wish for those numbers right now. Temperature here in St. Louis, or here in the studio outside, 12 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's been on the chilly side, chilly. So, but anyway, there's your flight. There's what we got. We got this storm complex we're going to have to watch. I don't think it would march across the Yucatan that quick. Hey, the weather of late's been pretty wacky, so who knows? All right, with a swig of coffee, let's get to work. All right, so we've done all the preliminaries. We've aligned the IRS. The only thing we got left to do is get our flight plan uploaded in here. Now, if you haven't noticed, looking at these McDo's, no, they're actually FMSs, but they sure look like an Airbus McDo, minus the takeoff approach button and the fact there is no right page button. But beyond that, this gauge is very close to Airbus S. So is the panel switcher down here and the main portion of the overhead panel. So why do I say all of that? Very simple. Many people tell me this is such a difficult plane. Yes, in other ways than what you see in front of you. If you can fly an A318, or I'm sorry, 319, 320, 321, 330, you've already got half the battle done. The only thing you got to learn are the quirks. We'll get into them with the up in Belize. But just got to get those quirks and understand them. Looking at this panel, what do you see? I know some of them, a lot of buttons and a lot of switches. Yeah, Bugs Bunny would probably say the same and get his How to Fly book up with his feet up on the desk as the airplane nosedives for the ground. How to fly. But if you pay and look at if you know how to fly the aircraft mentioned, A319, 20, 21, 30, just those four right there, all of a sudden this panel begins to look familiar. That's right. They tell you hydraulics right here, electrics right below it, air, fuel. Now, granted, they're not in the same locations, but it's formatted, if you will, very similarly. Hence, I affectionately call this the Airbus 11. Waiting for Airbus to come to sue me, but I've copyrighted that. No, just kidding. But seriously, panel-wise, if you can get that framed in your mind, this airplane becomes a lot easier to manage. Not to say flying gets easy, but you begin to get that initial grasp. Okay, I've got familiar territory. Look at this thing. The only thing truly missing in the McDo's, beside the things I pointed out, is the init request. That is not part of it. If it is, somebody please point me to it, because I'd love to use it. No, seriously. That's really the only thing missing here. So you'll see. So, like I said, we've done everything here. We've got our lat long right where it is with Airbus. We did our pause ref just like we would Airbus, except we didn't grab the winds like we would with our Airbus aircraft from Tolis. Okay. Wow, that's already made this aircraft a lot simpler. Hang on. Just notice I need to get that right. Okay. And we don't have this line, but I do think the A300 might. We do have these in different ways, but you get the general idea. Holy crap, you're going to be able to do most of what you're used to right here with no trouble whatsoever. We'll explain a couple quirks before we taxi. All right, so let's get in here. Let's click F plan. Oh, wait, let's go back in it. Okay, now you click this, it puts your weights up here. Here's the first tip. Notebooks out, take notes. No, just kidding. First, you'll put your weight in, your fuel in. If you don't put your landing or your en route fuel in, you're not going to get your landing weight. That can be important, folks. This aircraft, like many, has a maximum landing weight. Are you under it? If not, cargo goes off. Now, flying with Mike, Captain Mike here, recommend clicking Apply Load Configuration Aircraft and FMC. First, it's going to load your aircraft. Boom, the data's in. And it's in, as you see at the end there, your FMC. I'm going to go ahead and give you the other tip. Your takeoff CG, you see that just below the graph, has to be between 30 and 31%. I choose 30.5, split the middle, can't go wrong. But as long as it's 30% or 31, you're good. All right. So, with this over here, You can now make sure everything matches up, and all right, so that's what this will do, fill these in. Otherwise, the empty blocks you'd have to click on and fill in yourself. Continuing on. All right, now let's go to F plan and let's get this going. All right, so you click your departing point, MROC, SID. Airbus would have said departures. All right, we're going to play on Unicom here, it looks like. All right, now they can't find me. Okay, so runway 7's our departing runway, and then we're looking to do the RAMON for departure. Again, just like you're used to seeing. Now, this is something I've wanted to look up. ULAPO. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, here we go. I was going to say, did I miss it? Do you see it? I sure don't. Okay, let's go ahead and insert. It's going to work out in our favor anyway, sort of, kinda. We'll double check though. Okay, I moved it over so you guys could get a better view of it. All right, so if I go up here as well, that'll make it tough. Okay, well, let's look at it. All right, so we're going to go off at 4.0 TO. We're going to make a little right-hand turn back to the VOR, TO, and then on to Ramon. Now, the departure says Villa, and then Aria, and then ULAPO. We're going direct ULAPO. All right, then list. So everything's looking good so far. There's where we're supposed to go up 37,000. Actually, we're supposed to come back down too, but we'll leave it. Okay, so that took care of the departure. Now let's look at the arrival. Arrival is the MUSIV 1 Alpha, MUSIV. Okay, so we're coming up obviously from here, MUSIV, straight to Yakum or Yaku, and we'll turn in on whatever approach. Let's get that approach now. Let's go ahead, do the ILS. And good, that sets us up real nice. Yaquio to Tilnan, and then right on in. Okay, so we'll do the same over here. Star. I'm going to go ahead. We're going ILS 7, so ILS Zulu. And we're doing the MUSIV 1 Alpha. Transition, insert. Okay, so bear with me a second. Oh, not the LS. Okay, so here's MUSIV to BZ 913, BZ 903, correction, 907, bad captain. Yaquai, Tilnan. Okay, and then from Yaquai to Tilnan, Bubak, and then the runway. Perfect. That's how it's supposed to be, and we come back to Yaku. All right, and then our missed approach. Cool. See what I'm saying? Very Airbus. Clear and set. Okay. All right, now let's go to the RadNav page. Everything looks good. Perf. Correction. That's Airbus talk. Let's go to takeoff and approach. We're going to pull Sim Toolkit in for this first. All right, now why I use Sim Toolkit just makes SimBrief very easy to find. SimBrief, I don't know if it's .com. I can find out real quick. Yeah, simbrief.com. It'll look just like you're used to on your browser here on Sim Toolkit. Using this, putting it in as you see here. SimBrief. View your flight plan. We've already got it loaded in, obviously. All right, now I did this once. This is a pain in the rump. You got to fill everything in, which means going back and forth and back and forth. Or not worry about not seeing your map and go over here to takeoff. Fills in aircraft, fills in airport runway feet, and if you're not thinking this is the right numbers, click populate weather, and boom. There you have it. And I'm going to go the other way just to show you. I'm doing it on another screen, going through all of this, filling in every blank required, including the airport we're at. I really wish they could come up with a way to make this page easier to work with. 471-841. That's our takeoff weight. Yeah, you got to put that in. Populate the weather. And temperature 30. Okay, we are on a dry runway. Calculate. Numbers aren't going to be different. It's just you get a map at the end that shows where V1, rotate, and V2 is. And I think the format over on just doing it from your flight plan, I think is a lot easier to comprehend, for me at least. V1 rotate is 140, 155, 158. There's our limits. Our inputs are above it, and then our airport itself is there. We're going to have 6,100 foot of this 9,000 foot or 9,800 foot runway 8 at V1. We're great. Okay. All right. Now, one thing we do need in the FMC, and that's, I talk about it, our slope. It's right there, up 0.9. If there was a negative sign, that would be down. Okay, so let's slide all this out of here. We never slid it in to start with. Doggone it, my bad. Let me show it to you real quick. Okay, so you come up here. Now we've already got it filled in, but just double check your information, hit calculate, and this is what you get. Sorry about that. Now, for the slope, come up here to full flight log. Slope is right there, 0.089 up. Okay, I'm going to slide over here so we can do this a little easier. Okay, so from the data, hang on, something. Again, this is where it gets me all the time. Okay, so Flex temp will be 46. Slope up 0.9. Round up. Now, again, if it was negative on Sim Toolkit, by the way, you can find this in your charts too. Then you would put D Delta November, DN 0 point whatever, or whatever it says. I mean, there are some slopes out there that are ungodly. Next is your wind component. Okay, for our headwind is 0.8. So HD 0.8. If we don't have a headwind and it's a tailwind, first off, double check the aircraft's capable. Usually up to about 5-7 knots, you're okay. 10's getting ready to push it. And but boy, a lot of airports really do try to push it. Don't ask me why. Tailwind takeoffs are not the smartest thing in the world, but they could be the only way out. And we're doing flaps 25. Okay, we'll have to dial a flap a little higher. All right. Oh, crud. All right, so 141. I'll take that. That's actually pretty good. 151. That's good. And 158. 25. All right. And we're set here on the FMC. Right in time for an ad. So, again, if you want to get rid of ads, just subscribe. We ask that you subscribe to get rid of the ads. It supports us while you subscribe. Now, there are other ways, but we ask that you would subscribe if you're looking for that. But we do thank you for sticking around. All right, so let's get going here while we're in the break. That way, when they come out, we'll be that much closer to going. Okay, so we got all that data in and we're set. Okay, let's go to here. 71 for the takeoff runway, 36 for climb. Traffic data, VOR, traffic data, VOR. And by the way, we are ready to go now, folks. All we got left is the engine start. One more check, 250, 71, 36,000. And then we've set traffic data, weather radar off, VOR. Oh, wait, too bright. We're going to keep it off for now. Okay, welcome back again. Folks, if you want to get rid of them here, just hit that subscribe button and that'll get rid of the ads. Also give you some cool stuff, some emojis and all. But there are other ways to get rid of the ads. They don't support the streams as much as if you subscribe. So that's why we go for you to subscribe. And if you're over on YouTube, subscribe is free. That's Twitch. That when you subscribe, you pay. YouTube has a whole different way of doing things, so don't worry when you hit that subscribe button. You are not paying. And while you're doing it, give us a thumbs up. We'd love to see the thumbs up. All right, so we've got the aircraft ready to go. I'm going to do one more thing here, a little out of normal. Let's go to ground ops and let's load the aircraft. And this is a little eye candy thing they do here at Rotate. And that's all it is, truly is eye candy. I'll explain my point here in a second as I get out of the way. Yes, we have 4 cans. Yes, 4 cans are going to go in. However, once the door closes and all the animation outside here disappears, so do the cans inside. So while it looks great to see this, I haven't tried the opposite end unloading. It's just, like I said, eye candy. Hope you enjoy it. But folks, we are ready to go. Hope you are too. Hope you'll get an airplane and join us. It's an hour and 20-minute run from Costa Rica to Belize. So it's just a nice, easy, like we did yesterday, LA to San Francisco, a great short route out there for the Felis aircraft. Today's Costa Rica to Belize, a nice short route, takes you through all phases of flight, and you can learn the aircraft. So how I recommend learning this plane, I've given you a couple of tips already, but fly the tutorial at least once from the departure to the arrival, maybe twice. Then pick your own places with their data, minus of course the approach, the places. I would recommend yet one last one. Find a short route. This one's fits that bill. It's an hour, 20-minute flight time, 560 miles. You'll go through all the phases of flight, and you really will learn a lot about the plane during that. And then as you continue to learn, start trying an RNAV, start trying all the other approaches that come up. Hey, you may find some stuff that's really fun. Those RNAVs can get fun. I lately can't seem to land them decently, so I'm going to have to get back into those and get back in it. So, but that's it. And now, to prove to you there's nothing inside the airplane, here we are on a wing shot. We're going to swing into the cabin. 4 cans, where are you? Nowhere. Like I said, nice little fluff, but that's about all it really is. So let's start closing up and let's get ready to fly. Okay, all the doors are closed. Before you hit dismiss on the ground power, come up here, disconnect it. Now, as soon as you had APU electrics, you could have turned it off. Turn it off. It does some weird things, so to be ready for it. Now dismiss it. I'm closing the cockpit door. Technically, it's door 1L. It's not the cockpit. It does not lead just to the cockpit. Oh, you gotta love it. Oh, sorry, I had a sniffle again. Okay, so with all of that done, we can get rid of the stair set now, and now turn our sights, getting this plane ready to fly. Now, there is a great checklist. I think it's with the tutorial. If it's not, do a quick search. You'll find a QRF checklist. Or I know it's with the passenger plane. So if you've downloaded both, you'll be able to do that. All right, let's get this plane ready to go. All right, so parking brake set. Seat belts. Yeah, I know, we're a cargo plane, but you could find people on board to take care of that cargo. Beacon. Oop, wrong beacon. There we go. Emergency lights on, switch. This armed. And this, I don't understand what this is all about. The emergency switch up here. as far as I know, I don't know of other airliners that have it. Maybe the MD80 does. I don't know. But we're getting ready to take off with a Mad Dog here itself. So we'll see how many of you go, what? Mad Dog? Yeah, it's a Mad Dog, MD. Doors, windows closed, fuel panels, auto, and the air. Hey, let's call for pushback and get this plane ready to fly. Pushback, pushback. Start.
Ground to cockpit. Please, show me where you want to go.
I'd like to go home.
Ground to cockpit. Tower is
Okay,
driving
we
up.
got the beacon on already. Let's come down to here. Aux pump on. Transponder, I believe, is already on X-Bounder.
Okay,
Yes.
all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
One other big tip with this plane, and I say it with this, all of them, just all of them. Two things with your X-Pilot. Make sure the transmit receive buttons are lit. Okay, first off, make sure they're bold and what I call lit, where you can actually see the blue around them dark. And come down right below them and make sure VHF1, VHF2 is pulled up, lit here on your panel. Don't stop there. Turn the dials until they stop. Turn them up.
Being inserted. Release parking brake.
So it's a neat feature. I click the mic button right above it just to make sure when I go, I can be heard. And then your radar's right here, transponders right here. 122.8. Oh, technically, did it? I'm going to stay on 122.8. I'm going to have to, let me see. VAT USA, VAT CAN, VAT CAR, and VAT MEX. I don't think that includes Central America, but if it does, let me know. I try to get on that CTAF channel as much as possible. All right, here we go. The only thing left over here are chocks. They're getting pulled. Gonna do a quick, okay, I don't see chocks. I don't see doors open. Good, here we go. Now, for some reason, I can't seem to get my brake key to work. So I just do it this way. Oh, I need to be on engines. Okay, hang on. That makes sense. And you can see I'm not rushing to get the engines started. I don't know if they actually would in the real world or not. We're going to use system A. Kind of like switching your switch. So here's some differences from Airbus to that. But overall, if you've noticed, they're pretty similar. Okay, we're starting up number 3. Just to make sure. Oh, crap, tower's up. 18.6.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay, we're departing the 7s. Okay. Oh, what's the lettering? Lima. I'm going to go ahead and get the other engine starting. San Juan Tower, FedEx 811. Sorry, we didn't see that you were up. We've pushed back C3 with information. Lima request clearance to Belize as filed.
FedEx A11, there's no problem, sir. You're cleared to Belize via the RAMON for departure. Departure runway 07, Arena transition, direct to ULAPO, that is filed. Initial climb 18,000 feet, well, 180, and squawk 3, correction, and squawk 4620.
All right. FedEx 811 Heavies cleared Ramon 4 for runway 7. I did not get any transitions, but we'll start up at 18,000, 4226 for the box.
The transition is going to be Arena, Alpha, Romeo, Echo, November,
Tow is
Alpha.
disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal nonetheless. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Copy transition Arena, and we'll get that adjusted here for FedEx 811.
FedEx 811, read that correct. Report ready for taxi.
Roger, we'll report ready for taxi, FedEx 811. Arena. Oh, why is he doing that one? Oh, okay. I see what he's doing. I'm glad I looked. Okay, let's get number 2 going. We'll actually get this one started properly. The other is kind of spun there forever. All right, there's the green, teal, blue, whatever you want to call it line. I'm going to take it up to 20. Clicking in, starting up. All right. Let's go through this real quick. Okay, we're just waiting on it. Let me just make sure I did kick our tow bar away. We did. Good. Okay, we're up and running. Let's go to the top here. Defog on. Anti-ice not required. APU bleed off. Should see pack 2 come alive. We'll check back here before we taxi. Hydraulic panel, hydraulic pumps are going. Okay, ground service is away. Let's go down here now. Click here to here. Set 5.2. Okay. Do our checks. We'll get to show you dial-a-flap in a second here. I don't know what McDonnell Douglas was thinking with that, calling it dial-a-flap. Maybe because they weren't a thing back then. 1-800 dial-a-flap, dial-a-flap, call dial-a-flap. And the funny thing is, I've listened to several other streamers when they do the MD11 and they get somebody in the audience say, no, you call dial-a-flap. And most streamers just kind of blow right through them. Some, I don't even think they understood what they were saying. So it's kind of funny. I mean, some, I know I've kind of wore it into the ground, but it's so funny. All right. Go back to engine here. And, oh, did it click? There we go. All right, APU, let's just make sure. Spooled off, good. Lastly, we need flaps. All right, so there it is, the infamous dial-a-flap, I like to call it. Basically, from flaps 5-ish to 28, you have this range they call dial-a-flap. I don't know how safe. I mean, obviously it passed everything, although today's climate, that may not have been a good thing. But we're going to run, no, the wrong way. And we, whoa. Anyway, you're setting your flap in this window. And mine is being a real royal pain in, gosh dang it. So you're set now to 25. So you're going to go slats and then 25. Climb 25 to slats. Good, bad, I don't know. Pilots out there, you come back. I know there's a bunch. Hey, there's a ton of MD11s still flying. So obviously it's safe. It's just kind of bizarre. Spoilers to arm, just like Airbus. See the red, you're good. There's slats. And now we're going all the way down to 25. Two good things to it. You can't get that 747. Oops, I thought one was 0. By the quick glance over, granted you have 3 guys in a 747-200. But still, it gets rid of that. And I know most of the time it's straight the flaps up, and the flaps do come up slowly. So who knows? Okay, let me just auto brake. That's the last piece here, and then we're ready to take off. Okay. Oh, I think it moved. Nope, it's still there. Okay, good. All right, lights on. And tower, FedEx 811, ready to taxi for runway 7.
FedEx 811 taxi via, will taxi to holding point runway 07 via Foxtrot Alpha.
Foxtrot Alpha to the holding point runway 7, FedEx 811 heavy. All right, let's get to work. Yeah, I'm still in the, I haven't decided how much I like this bouncing around the plane does. Boy, that's the one thing with this update I am not sure I like. All right, takeoff checks. Takeoff data is good. We'll get auto flight in a second. Hydraulic air panels are set, and radar and transponders on.
FedEx 811, set squawk 4626.
Oh, dang it. I totally forgot. Thanks, FedEx 811.
No problem.
This is where it would be nice to have that second body. And what did we say? 4226. Okay, we're gonna have to stop.
TCAS test has. TCAS test has.
Oh, come on.
TCAS test has.
Come on.
TCAS test has.
Really? What? All right, this is really getting maddening.
TCAS test has.
We know. Oh my goodness, really? Oh, Lord. Oh my goodness, we finally got it. All right, Tower, sorry it took so long. We finally got 4226 in the box.
FedEx 811 squawk is 4626.
Oh my God. All right, bear with us. We'll get 4626 FedEx 811. I even read it back that way. Gosh, come on. All right, 4626. Oops, let's try talking to him. Why not that? All right, Tower, 4626 is in the box. We are ready to go.
Our FedEx 11 winds 130 degrees 10 knots for 07 clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff. Runway 7, FedEx 811. Boy, this rotate sometimes has some quirks. I know, you guys are going, well, if you just go to the other one, it works so much better. Uh-oh. my Paul Lynn, what's his, Paul Lynn? Okay, flaps are set. Double check everything since we got hung up. Radar transponder Terra. We're set, ready to go. Here we go. Lights on.
Attention all aircraft. QNH 1016.
I'll have to look at that real quick. I was not expecting X-Plane to come across this channel. I think that's pretty good. Okay, I want to look up here at my lights. Here we go. Auto flight. Okay, airspeed's up and running, 80 knots. We're getting to, this is where I don't think I like this. This bouncing around like this. V1. Rotate.
FedEx Airline, monitoring Recon 22.8, goodbye.
Over to advisory. FedEx 811, thanks for your service. Have a great day. And Tower FedEx 811 with question.
Go ahead, 11.
Are the Central American countries on CTAF as well, or just Mexico and the Caribbean?
CTAF is solely in the US as I know.
Okay, just wanted to check with you because it came to mind when I was going through my checks.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks. You have a great one.
Thank you.
He doesn't even realize Mexico's on it. That's cool. Look at this. We're doing a lot better than we did out of Bogota. And we're about ready to bring up the flaps here as soon as we turn inbound. We're 122.8. Did we have an actual speed in here? All right, there you go, folks. We went from 25 degrees flaps to slats. I'm not sure if we're there yet, but you get the point. Yeah, we're there. And now we're climbing. I'm going to go ahead and pull the slats in. And we're on our way. Unicom, Unicom. By the way, Costa Rica is 3,500 feet above sea level. What's 500 feet at that point? So that's a lot of why you're eating runway. Plus, we were heavy. Had we been going longer distance, more fuel, we'd have ate up every inch of that runway. So there you have it. We're on our way. Let's go ahead and put Sim Toolkit up in the top. And you can watch the clock tick down. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. So, we're on our way. Enjoy. Hopefully, we'll do better out of Belize. The APU came back on. All right, so all right, there we go. And I see that we just had an ad go up for FedEx that I have timed in there. Hey, if you're looking for a VA and you don't want a lot of hassles and you want some really good software, using some of the software that's been around, oh my goodness, I started using it back in the early 2000s with one of my VAs I had, and it's been modified, FSAkers, and modified even more for FedEx, and just a phenomenal airline. The whole fleet is available to you, plus the retro fleet, the older, the originals. And if they're not there, they have substitutions. The only one I'm not certain of is the Dassault Falcon 20. I think that's what it's called. If Hawker was here, he'd be all over me saying, "Yeah, wrong. Yeah, gotta stop that." Yeah, I'm usually wrong. So, you know, hey, I live that way. But they have substitutions. The big, they don't require VATSIM. They just require one thing out of you, that you know how to fly the aircraft. They're not there to teach. They'll help. You know, when you're running into, why is this always doing this? Why is this, that, the other? That they'll help you with, but they're not here. They're not a flying school. So, but other than that, great people, great management, great everything about it. I've been with them. It almost feels like since they started, but I know they were already in play when I found them 5, 6, 7 years ago. And they are just an amazing airline. Hey, Paragon 876. That's awesome. Another FedEx pilot, Paragon 876. It is a great VA, and I just enjoy flying the FedEx fleet. Normally, the 747 and the 777 were my usual favorite go-tos, but with the switch to X-plane and really unsure of some of the aircraft, I kind of stuck with the 767, 737. And now the MD11 seems to have come into a pretty decent spot. Ran into a quirk there, and I'm not sure what that was all about with the transponder. I've had that a couple times. But a great bunch of people. And one of these days, well, it's going to be a while. It's going to be till I find a job again. At my age, seems to be pretty tough. I hope to get the 777. Give it a try from Flight Factor. So, but anyway, try them out. The website again is fdxva.org. fdxva.org. Let's get on our way here. I'm going to increase out to 80 here. We're looking good. I'm going to work on the APU here in a second. And as you can tell, you know, I'm going to try something. I got no guarantees. Okay, I quit. I'm going to hit the off button and see if that'll turn it off. And by the way, Paragon, I thank you for your sub over at YouTube. Sure appreciate it. Been streaming now close to 4.5 years, and you still fly the flight factor. Oh yeah, and the 727 over in X-Plane 11. Yeah, I do love that. Now I lost my train of thought. But I've been streaming for about 4.5 years. Started in 2020, and there's still so much to this world of learning and streaming that some of the things that I'm remiss to. I would love to dual stream both Twitch and YouTube together, but I'm just scared. My computer, also 4.5 years old, may not be up to the battle. So that's why we stream live here on Twitch. We'll upload after both flights to YouTube for your enjoyment over there. I know there's tools like Restream. I've heard good, bad. I know a couple streamers on use of Restream. I just can't seem to get around, catch them, and be able to talk with them. So, and there's a couple of other tools out there that a little more scary to me. So, I guess I'm a creature of habit. When I get into a habit, I don't like moving from it. As mentioned, you know, at my age, it's hard to get an old dog to learn a new trick. All right, looking at the displays, we are just... Okay, I'm not 100% sure where that is. Oh, we're coming up to ULAPO, the, what I was planning as my transition, but it's not showing up in the list. That's weird. Huh. Oh, well. I see what they're doing. Okay. Where we're wanting to use like color, well, let me show you here. I'll show you real quick. I figured this out a little bit here. A little tricky down here in Costa Rica. Aha. All right. So say you wanted to use Liberia, or like we are, ULAPO, Radin, color. No, what they've done, here's the transitions. They're using Ribo, Arena, Say. They might be using color. I don't know on that one. Oh. Barva. I couldn't find it way back here. That's why. So that's where the transitions are. Okay, I got really confused in flight planning. Glad I stuck with what I did. And we're on our way anyway. We're climbing through. Oh, we're leveled off at 36,000. So, interesting. Always interesting, these different countries and the way their aeronautics work. We all think the FAA is the mother of all. Nope, it really isn't. It's a mother, all right, but we're not going to go to the next level. So enjoy the ride, folks. Looking at about just under an hour to Belize, and we're going to keep the music off on this run and just enjoy the flight. Probably have to turn things down to go outside. To many, they love this plane. Took me a while. I am actually not a huge fan of it. Just like I'm not, as much as you see the aircraft, I'm just not a huge fan of 737s. I personally prefer the 757 over them. Oddly enough, I don't have it in my hangar. And the 767. So, and before I started streaming, I preferred longer haul flights. We're talking in the realm of 1,500 plus miles to the short haul that you see here, these couple hundred mile runs. Like yesterday, to me, that's an insult to the Queen of the Sky to put it on a 200-mile run. They did them, though. Okay, they did them. It's just an insult. That's where 727s, 737s come into play, and not the heavy iron. I get it. It may be repositioning to go overseas, but still, park the plane there and transfer over to it. TWA did that too. Don't think I'm slamming Pan Am. They did it a lot. New York they had a couple non-stoppers out of St. Louis, but for the majority, to go east, you went out of New York City, LA to go, I think it was LA, to go to the Far East. There you have it, the MD11 from Rotate. Ran into a pretty pesky little nuisance there on the ground trying to get the right code in. Not sure what was up with that. So enjoy the ride. We're flying FedEx and 170,000 pounds of packages from Costa Rica to Belize. Paragold's flying the 747 for virtual Pan Am. Thank you, sir, for coming aboard there. As with the MD11, a love-hate relationship. Yeah, the 747-200, if you haven't had a chance to watch the videos over at YouTube, that is an intense, that's going to work you. Work with the checklists on board. There is actually in the manuals a checklist, and just get used to what you got to do when you got to do it. Again, like this plane, find the short flights. I'll tell you one for certain with Pan Am, Los Angeles to San Francisco. And I think we have it coming back. Nice, very short. It's not going to get you to the 40,000 feet, but it's going to get you through a lot of what you're going to need to know to go long with the plane. And long can be just from, and then when you feel comfortable, shoot it over to JFK from the West Coast. And then you start beginning to work fuel tanks, work your fuel levels, and then do the daring and cross an ocean. And I'm not saying from JFK to Miami. You do cross an ocean if you take the right route. Or LA to Hawaii. That'll also tax you a little bit, so. And same thing with this plane. That's what I recommend. Just the short ones to get your hands dirty, get yourself understanding, okay, when I got to do this, expect this, you know, kind of deals. Then start stepping it up long haul. That's what these planes were meant for. FedEx to London, or Memphis to London is a big MD11 route. Memphis to Anchorage, Anchorage to Tokyo. So, and then there's a whole bunch of long ones out of Gwangju, north of Hong Kong. It doesn't look like that worked. Yep, back on. Oh well. It was off when I looked up there, unless I accidentally clicked it. Oh well. All right, now let's see if I remember. I think if I go to Perf, 251 miles to top of descent. Hang on, I'm looking at my trip. Where's LIBIS? Okay, so where we turn, oh, is it TNT we come back down? Sure is. Oh, wow. Basically, we jug to a little past north on the heading into and near Techcalpe, and then back on the course that would put us back down to even. We're going to stay in the evens. We're not doing the step climb. All right, and I am going to try and find something. Okay, and sorry for that, folks. Just kind of getting some things out there for hopefully tonight I can work on this. Get some graphics up here to help. And with that, I'll be right back. Gotta use the lab. All right, folks, back with you. Oh, my wife was nice and got me a Diet Coke while she was on an errand. How nice. All right, and for those here on Twitch, I know I didn't put the announcement out, but hopefully you all saw the Saribot announcement. When we're in an ad break, if those ads are just beyond belief and can't, just overcoming, the best way to get rid of them is to subscribe to the streamer. So in our case, would be nice if you subscribed here. However, I don't push that. And I know it sometimes looks like I am. I'm just trying to give you an option. There is a couple of tools out there that will do the same, but the streamers don't get the reward like they do when you subscribe for their hard work. So that's why I push that. So I know many of you have invested in that tool, And yeah, you're getting ad-free without having to subscribe, but just know the streamer doing the work isn't getting as much as if you would have subscribed, if that matters to you. Some people it doesn't, some it actually does. So that's why. Also, if by any chance you miss anything here, which is a possibility when we go to break every 20 minutes, always can catch us on YouTube. And like I said, this video will go up tonight. Now, when it'll come alive for you to watch, could be as much as 24 hours later. So I think yesterday's videos are all out, but they came out this morning. So it's giving you an idea. So, and I do that just to try to not overload. We're at somewhere in the neighborhood of 700 videos over at YouTube. And I need to whittle that down. So, not that I'm being told to by YouTube. I don't want to be told to by YouTube. Does that make sense? So, anyway, we're on our way. We're headed to Belize, a place I didn't know about, except maybe a couple, 2, 3, maybe 5 years ago when hurricanes began hitting it. Beyond that, I really knew nothing about Belize, and that's where we're headed. So, ought to be fun. Love going into new places, learning things. I don't think I got the code right. MZBZ. I was close, had the right letters, wrong combination. There we go. So there's what we're looking at, pretty much down the runway at 7 knots on the weather, and some clouds around 2,200 feet. So not a bad day for flying into Belize. And I will be right back so my wife can take a business call. All right, back with you, folks. Every now and then the wife shares the studio here to do her work instead of downstairs. Normally, she is downstairs with the little kitty, the little 10-month-old about to be 11. And, well, she is with her dad this weekend. And so she's up here with us, gracing us with her presence. It's a whole story to that we're not going to get into, so don't even, nobody on YouTube or anyone here on Twitch, not going to get into, so that's about as much as I'll get into. But we do call her affectionately the first officer when she does come in, and yeah, when she's here, she pretty much runs the house. And when I said 10 months going on 11, that was 11 months, but you could probably say going on 11 years old. So, cute little thing. What a blessing from God. All right, we're high above Honduras. Somewhere down there is Techicalpe Airport. Folks, that's one of the challenging approaches out there. Let's see, we came in for runway 20, I think it was. Basically the one that will take you south, and you had to come up the valley, turn around, come back. Didn't do too well on that. But there's another one where you work around this curving turn in. Suffice to say, it's a pretty tricky approach. Is it dangerous? Yes, used to be really dangerous because you were like St. Bart's coming down a hillside. But much of that's gone now. But it's a good place to go. Just had you just had a third grandbaby. Oh, Sunday. 7-pound boy. Congratulations, Paragon. Wow. Oh, what a blessing they are indeed. Third, we've got 3 as well. They're all just amazing. The interesting side note for us is they're all daughters, but the first officer we mentioned, our 10-month-old, soon to be 11, is 6 days older than our other granddaughter with another, one of our other daughters. It's just interesting to see the differences. And then we have a 3-year-old, so, who is, wow. She's amazing. I mean, what she can do at 3 years old just blows my mind away. So, but the other 2 being just 6 days apart, it's fun to learn and watch them when they see each other. They both light up. It's really cool. So, and they're both, you could almost say diametrically different. Next Taza with a heart, first time chat, welcome in. Next, I don't know, NX Taza. Just awesome. And what's always fun is when the daughters, whichever one, bring them over to see their faces light up. That's what's awesome to see. That probably isn't going to be much longer. No, just kidding. But no, they are just so much, just a joy to have. Our 3-year-old, like I said, the things that she's doing and can do and have learned is amazing. So, and the same thing going on with our 2 crawlers, soon to be walking. Your 3 are 5, 2, and 1. Now 1 week. Let me get that specified correctly. That's awesome. Paragod writes, he has a 5, a 2, and a 1 week old. The oldest has become fascinated with airplanes. And Grandpa flew for 15 years and never understood the influence we have on them until recently, which I, being an old truck driver and firefighter and all that good stuff, I am the same way. The influence we have on them is amazing. Who was it? Can't remember, but anyway, I can't remember who or what, but wanted to be a firefighter. I know my 3-year-old has talked of it, but who was it now? Anyway, yeah, so I get it. And with the 10-month-old, oh, that is awesome. Became firefighter paramedic for 10 years. And that's awesome. The 10-month-old will come in here and just start jumping. You probably heard her jumping all over Papa. And, but she just, I don't know if it's because what the wife does for work, you know, it's spreadsheets and this and that, just data on the screens versus these picturesque scenes that you see in flight sim that just lights her up, and she just loves it. So, but that is so cool, Paragod. You were a firefighter paramedic for the last 10 years. That's awesome. So, all right, we are standing at just under 20 minutes out. Let's see what the gauge here says. Let me just make this a little easier on us. About 43 miles out. Let's do this real quick. Okay, so we'll plan the approach at 160, land at 156, and we're just about on top of descent. All right. Real quick, we're coming in on the MUSIV 1 arrival. It's pretty much just a straight run. We just gotta get down to 3,000 feet, 210 knots by YAQUI. Get that Yaqua is, I think, how I've been trying to pronounce it. So let's get this thing engaged. You know, one day I am really trying to find a passenger flight to fly. I got one. I just can't ever seem to get it into the schedule, because I really love the Tollus A330, and that usually I throw it to because I just love flying that plane. I love that. Paragod put in there, if you don't see it, drastic pay cut. LOL. I get it. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. His eyes go wide when I say, sure, we can go fly the jets on the computer. You'd think he just saw the world's largest ice cream truck, or ice cream cone, sorry. I think the airplanes on here do have that. I think, vroom. Here they come for the ice cream. Oh, and that's another thing. This show, Bluey, you know, yeah, it's a kid's show, but I really like it. Oh, yeah. Anytime we kind of do that Bluey theme, her eyes just light up and she's ready for it. But then, as soon as it gets past the song, off she goes in another way. I love grandkids are always fun. And the good thing is, parents out there, guess what? They can be that way to you too. If you just look past, you know, yes, you got to do the parenting and the rearing and all of that. But you look past to that and see a little bit of what they're seeing. And it would have helped me a lot of years ago. That's awesome. Yeah, Bluey, they love Bluey. There is going to be an entire generation of U.S. kids with Aussie accents because of that show. Oh, that would be hilarious. Really would. All right, we're going down. Down, down, down. Dive, dive, dive. And this plane really does do that. But yeah, you know what's fun is they love Bluey. And, you know, many of the cartoons and stuff from when my kids were young, they're so obnoxious I couldn't watch them. But Bluey, that actually draws me in. I can actually watch that. I kind of hate that it's only like 15, 20 minutes long, if that. But it's without commercials, so. Just hit your top of descent, too. Awesome. And here we go, headed for Belize. To be specific, Belize City. Didn't even know that was a thing either, so. Welcome to the world of geography and learning by Flight Sim. All right, one more time. Let's get a METAR update, see if anything has changed for y'all. MB or MZBZ. Nothing's changed. 2988. Oh, what is the transition layer? You gonna tell me on this chart or gonna make me go, oh, ATC? Oh, ATC, I think. It's not even on this chart. Huh. All right, let's go to the usual jump chart that would have it. 19,500. Let's call it 20,000. All right, so tower here in Belize is 118.0, 1089. If I'm not seeing anything real quick, we'll check the NavRad page as we get in a little closer on the star. But definitely if we don't see it by MUSIV, which is 16, 26, 36 miles from the initial, we'll put it in. Should be in there by then. Okay, right now I think we're okay. I don't think I saw any speeds restrictions down this, none. So we'll plan about and about 20 miles slowing to 300 and then getting down. All right, we're coming up on transition. Oh, guess what? I didn't even set it when I took off. Doggone it. 29, I know that. What was it? 96. No, I saw something different. Hang on. 98. ILS 305. I'm glad I looked. .320 MSL 305 above the ground, 1,400 meters. Okay, here we go. All right, transition level. And 9,600 feet, so we'll go medium brakes. If anyone knows in the Rotate MD11 how to get rid of the glare here, sure love to know, because I've tried what I thought was everything and we're not getting anywhere with it. So if you all know how, I'd sure appreciate it. I can also say, I know I haven't, well, no, I have not really flown this long. So I don't know if I've flown it at night or not. But that glare just gets annoying. And I know a lot of the aircraft you can dial it down with the lighting, but we may get some night out of this one yet, so we'll see on the second run. All right, we're gonna try and get this beastie slowed down here. All right. Oh, well, we're above where we need to be. Yeah, we were supposed to be at or above 14,000 here. So we'll kind of make the coast and turn in, and we'll drop to 10,000 then. Actually, hopefully at that point we should be on a flatter profile. I don't like that either about this. The profile seems pretty steep. Okay, 6 miles. I don't know about you all, but this visibility does not look well. Maybe once we turn on for the airport, it'll look better. So, all right, we're gonna set 6,000. All right, so we got about 30, 40 miles now to our ILS. I'm not seeing it, so hang on. Okay, I'm going to go ahead like before, put it in 1089. Diagonal 078. Okay, lights. Oh, yeah. They're saying 6 and showing a quarter mile. Yep. Oh, it's been pretty wacky with the weather here of late. So hopefully, right now things are, I think, okay. Okay, we're coming. Oh, wow. Really? Okay. Well, that marker is not showing up right. At 4,000, I'm going to go into a managed descent. Okay. We still got a good 1,000 feet to go. Okay. 2,500. Comes the slats. Lights are on, seatbelts are on, flaps are starting in. Brakes are set. All right, we'll be turning in 12 miles out, and we'll see how this works. Okay, localizer is alive, so is the glide slope armed. Okay, let's get ready for the approach. Here we go. Good. It made the right decision in the turn. Belize traffic, FedEx 811, 12-mile final for runway 7. And I believe I see the runway. We'll get in a little closer. All right, gears still coming out, and 4 green. All right, we're what are we? 7-mile final. Flaps going to 35. All right, I think we're looking good. Okay, numbers one more time for us. 161, 156. Definitely have the runway in sight. Belize traffic, FedEx 811 heavy, 5-mile final 47. And my plane. Landing.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate. Sink rate.
All right, not all that great. All right, that was a crummy landing. Hopefully the airline was gentle to us. I was pretty sure I engaged the spoilers. Looked like I didn't. I'm going to park in spots 9 or 10. And Belize traffic, FedEx 811's off runway 7, taxiing to park. Okay, we're in the blocks. Spoilers down, flaps up. Auto brake. All right, stape trim to 3 units. Okay, APU should be running. I'm going to go ahead, kill number 2. For some reason, it seems to only like doing it from here. Okay, let's get the rest. All right, transponders on standby, seatbelts. Beacon. Doors may be opened, and we'll get up here real quick. Emergency power, lights off and switch off. Anti-ice off and status checked. Parking brakes can be released once the wheel chocks are in. There it is. Here we are in Belize after a pretty hard landing. And basically, we're just holding, waiting on the ads to finish. Again, to reiterate, if you want to get rid of the ads, the best way, oh, not scribe. The best way to get rid of the ads is to consider subscribing. That way the streamer gets the proper due that's coming to them. The other ways, they don't get as much, if any. So it's up to you, though. All right. So what the heck is this gizmo on the screen? That is the FedEx Express ACARS system. Basically works off the old FS Acres that we all knew long time. Many of you never heard of, but it works off that. It's a heavy modification of it. And oh yeah, we're going to get rejected. Look at that, 917 feet a minute. I doubt it. Do I have to admit to it? All right, hang on. I'm going to check my email. Hang on. But anyway, that's as simple as it is. All right, just wanted to make sure. It looks like it went through. Yeah, I'm embarrassed with that one. Hopefully we can make it up on this next flight. Okay, sorry about that. Got a little ahead of myself there. All right, let's go through the rest. This was horrible. That was a hard bounce. And before you all say, yeah, I know I should have gone around. Thought about it. Okay, let's see what Elevatech put us in at. Yeah, 869. So yeah, it was a hard landing. Dang it. Okay. Again, for those, because I did it quick. You don't get a lot out of this one, but 2 Gs. Yeah, just a hard landing that I should have gone around. All right, Sim Toolkit. Now, they got us at 400, so there could have been a bounce. Okay, there's the flight. Here come the details. Sim Toolkit for the first time was nice to us. 2.6 Gs, 153. So those two are in the ballpark. This is a little lower than the others. And yeah, yeah, it was not even where I thought we landed, because I thought we landed up here. 1,400 feet down, 2,700 or 2,700, 27 feet off the 30. Let's call it 28 off the center. Not a good landing at all. So just sucky. All right. Well, let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll try to make it 5 minutes. I didn't see a thing. Me too. I had my eyes closed. But it goes to show, folks, it's things like that, and that isn't what happened in Toronto, but I don't know anything about what happened up there. But in my case, on this approach, had I gone around, there's a better chance the next landing could have been better, could have been worse, could have been at least more stable. So I know I'm going to open my eyes next time. That's the trick to it, I know. All right, but yeah, I do know I should have gone around, and I truly thought about punching them in. I just get that burr up my butt, says, nope, let's just land it. So it's a sim. We can get away with it. The airlines see that and they go, no, you're not going to get away with it. So anyway, hey, it was a fun trip, wasn't it? Oh, let's try something here. I've never done this before. Let's see. Plugins. Done this before. Oh, it's only to load. Then we won't do this. All right. Folks on Twitch, stand by for about 3 to 5 minutes max. What I'm going to do is close this the video portion of this flight out. Staying on stream, and then we'll restart the stream. Well, not restart, but we'll come back on stream, and then again, we'll cut real quick so I can get the recording started and let the YouTube audience enjoy as well what we're going to do next. So I really want to thank you all so much for being here. One day I will be on both at the same time, so we don't have to do this. So I hope you enjoyed that crash landing here, and been told aircraft's fine. It survived. The pilot just needs some Irish coffee and he'll be ready for the next leg. So for now, I hope you all have a great day over there on YouTube, and we'll see you on the next video. From here to, I'm not certain if I want to say yet. So we'll see you on the next video. Again, Twitch, stand by. I'm not turning that part off.